Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to the Venusian Light Tarot. So today we are going to be doing a pick a card or pick a rose reading. This is going to be an intuitive flower reading, and so I'm just going to be channeling this information from the rose, from the flower. And so we are going to be taking a look at a message from the person that you have on your mind and in your heart. So whatever comes up here, we're just going to channel it and see what comes through. Okay, so go ahead and think about your person that you currently have on your mind, and let's set the intention together that this reading will be for anyone who finds this message, and I trust that Spirit will lead those souls to this reading if it's right for you. And of course, just listen to your intuition and just take what's going to resonate though. So we have 3 roses to choose from. So rose number 1 is this pink rose. Rose number 2 is the red rose. And rose number 3 is the white rose. Okay, so choose whichever one you feel drawn to intuitively. So what is a message from the person that you have right now in your mind? And I do want to say it's really windy outside, so if you hear some noises, that's what it is. And yeah, if you would like to book a private reading as well, I have those details down below in the description box. And the timestamps are going to be down below as well. And whenever you're ready, we will jump into group number 1. Hello, group number 1. If you chose the pink rose, let's go ahead and see what we have come up here for you. So go ahead and think about your person, whoever it is that you have on your mind right now, whoever is most in your heart. Think about your person while looking at this rose. Okay, so let's see. So Spirit, tune me in here to anything that comes up here for group number 1's person. So allow me to channel clearly and accurately for the highest and greatest good. So what is the message here that the person, that the viewer has on their mind and heart wants to tell the viewer today? So what do they want you to know? What energy is coming up here? Just whatever comes through. So the person that the viewer has on their mind right now and who's in your heart, what do they want to say to you at this time? So I'm getting a very, almost like a frustrating feeling that just came over me. So there could be some confusion here. This person might be feeling kind of confused about their life. They might be feeling confused about this connection even. And that's the first thing that I had felt here. I do feel like this person wants you to know that they're trying to make improvements in their life. So it feels like this person could be working on themselves. This person could be working on trying to do things better in their life, whatever that's going to mean for them, which may improve, your connection or your communication between the two of you. This person does think about you, especially late at night, I'm getting, when they're watching TV. I'm not sure if it's a specific show or something, but I'm just seeing this person does think about you. They could even be feeling a bit lonely right now, okay? Or they just think about you at nighttime when they're watching TV. Or if they're on their phone, but I did see somebody watching TV. I'm getting a P name here, something with P or peacock. I don't know, something with a P here. I feel like this person wants to get through to you more. They almost feel, again, that frustration. I feel like this person could be thinking about contacting you. They may think about wanting to talk with you more, is definitely coming through. I feel like they feel maybe a level of guilt even about something that happened here between you both. And I think that they wonder, there is something here though to work, because I'm hearing something about, I wonder if it's beyond repair. So I don't know if that's relevant for some of you, but they could be wondering if your connection is beyond repair, whether they've done something to hurt you, or this is connected to something else that they're kind of navigating right now, because there is, again, that frustrating feeling. So they want you to know that. I think that they do want you to know as well that they have never doubted how they feel about you. You seem to stand out amongst anyone else that they've been involved with or anyone else that they've dated. You really stand out to this person. And there's a specific message for somebody. I don't know if it was a first date or if it was something about a certain event you went to, but you wore some kind of dress and they may have complimented you on your dress. They think a lot about that night, or they think a lot about how you looked one certain night in some kind of dress, is all I know. So that's for somebody. This person really does want to be close to you, though. They think a lot about being close to you. They think about holding your hand. They think about how things were maybe when you were like that, depending on who they are now for you. But I feel like this person, they almost, again, they feel like there's a tricky situation to navigate, and they want you to know that, I don't know why it keeps coming up that way, but they want you to know that they can dream of you from afar. They can look at you from afar, but maybe nothing more than that, or they're just trying to figure out how to make it something more than that right now. I'm hearing the song Hello by Adele. Yeah, this person, what do they want to say to you, group number one? It's like, again, I'm getting something to where they feel bored. I don't know why they keep showing me TV, but it's like they're switching through the channels and they don't feel content with anything. That could just be a metaphor. They feel like they have been in a difficult time recently. They feel like there's been almost, the walls are closing in on them, or they've been through a dark time. And I think that you bring them comfort. Thinking about you brings them comfort, especially if you had a connection already, or if you had a long-term connection or something like that. You really do bring them a sense of comfort. And I feel like they see you as someone that, once again, they just want you to know that you're kind of distant or far away, or they feel like it's difficult to get to you. They want you to know as well that they're focused a lot right now on finances, practical concerns and finances. And I feel like they may have felt like you misinterpreted that, or that you may have misunderstood that, or that's just currently what's going on. That they kind of want you to know what they're needing to focus on is not necessarily a reflection of how they feel about you. But obviously there are some challenges here. So they do want to confirm for you that their feelings for you do run a lot deeper than they've been able to show to you. So it's like, I feel it's like a lake. It's still on the surface, but underneath there are a lot of, there's a lot of things under the surface of the lake that they feel for you. And I feel like they also, for somebody, they want you to know that they haven't found anyone else like you, or if you're currently dating or talking, they're not like out there connecting with somebody else in the same way that they connect to you. So if that's something that you're thinking or worried about. I just feel like this person is in some kind of numb feeling. They're in like a numb part of their life, or they're in a numb phase. If this was a breakup, it could be that they're just not feeling good about the breakup with you both. But if this is not a breakup between the two of you, it's just something to where they want you to know they're trying to find themselves. They're trying to find their meaning, their purpose in life. And they may have been through something to where they thought that they found it, but it just didn't really turn out that way. So, yeah. They also do want you to know that they do connect with you telepathically. This could be their higher self coming up, or they could be aware of it from a human level as well. But they do want you to know that they connect to you telepathically. And they are hoping that the stars can align you both. So since the beginning, there's been some kind of feeling that they most want to say about frustration about this connection. Frustration about something to where you can't be together, or things are difficult, or you had a breakup. And I feel like as I'm saying that, they want to tell you that they've been sort of climbing up, whatever that means. They've been climbing the ladder. They've been ascending. They have been almost like very much, this is their higher self coming through actually right now. They've been relentless to move away obstacles of this connection. Okay, they've been trying to sort of like bulldoze everything away. But I don't know if their human self has been aware of that, but I think from like a soul level, from a higher self, that's what they've been doing. And they want you to know that. There's something about prayer coming up. I don't know if they pray about you, or if you're religious, or if they are, or there's something about prayer here. What does this person want you to know? The person on your mind, group 1. I'm hearing the song Flowers by Miley Cyrus. So that could mean something for you. This person may go over your text messages from the past. I'm getting them, again, a lot of visions of this person laying in bed watching TV, and now I'm seeing them scrolling on their phone, but they're going back to text messages about from you, or they could be thinking of contacting you, or if you are currently in contact, they reflect a lot. They look back a lot on what you both talked about before, especially if there's like a falling out or something. They may look to see what went wrong, or what they said wrong, something like that. This person, for one person, or for very few people, they're in the middle of a move right now, or they're wondering about something about moving. Maybe it relates to you, I don't know. Maybe it's long distance, or they feel like they have to move away from you, or you've moved away. There's something about moving here that they think about, and they want you to know that. They do want you to know that also, again, I'm almost seeing like the way Spirit's showing it to me is, in their mind, you were like this small, but not because that's, you're a meaning to them. It's more of like, I don't know, for some of you, it's been a while maybe, or it's something to where you're kind of fading away, but they still want you to know that they think of you because you're still there, or like they can't fully shake it off, or something along those lines. But this is a very distant feeling for some of you watching this. Now I'm seeing something about blankets. Again, the bed, I don't know, but it looks more like, what does this person want to say to you? Yeah, they want to say that they're not happy with their life right now. Okay, so you may need to just know that. I don't know, you may need to know that they're not happy with their life right now. They're discontent with the situations, the people in it, what happened here between you both. And they almost feel like you bring about this with the rose here too. Like you open their heart with the pink color, you bring something out in them that they haven't found before, or they miss that with you. And it just feels like, for those of you who too, this could be like a past person, they are almost like waking up to the regrets that they have. They're waking up to how they may have missed out on things, or they may have pushed you away, or they may have taken the wrong turn somewhere along the way, and they do miss you. And I feel like they seem to, you know, just gives me the impression of somebody like in a large group, like a crowd, and they're just sort of blending into the crowd, but they don't really feel like they belong there, but they're just participating. Like, you know, they will wear the same clothes as the people next to them. They will wear the mask as the people next to them, but it's something where they don't really feel like they fit in there. So they could just be kind of getting by just to get by right now, and they seem to want you to know that. There's something about postcards here. Okay, that could mean something for somebody. I'm seeing them think about you when looking at postcards. Could be international, like overseas person as well for somebody. Yeah, definitely for one group of you at least, there is a connection here for one person that you never were able to really be together. Like maybe you just met briefly or something, or maybe you only had a friendship or something very short term. And they think about that. They think about how they wish they would have gone more with you. They wish they would have given this more of a chance, or they wish that you would have given them more of a chance. There is something about that coming up. I'm being shown the pyramids in Egypt, something about that, and like the writing on the walls. Okay, so this could be like a past life connection, or you may have went there together, or they went there recently and they thought of you. Maybe they thought of you because you like that, or something about that. I'm hearing, can we just turn the page? So, see, going back to the frustrating feeling from the beginning of something about this connection with whoever you're thinking of is frustrating. At least for them, it is. And they wish that you could have turned the page together. Okay, so either they wish they could turn the page of regrets. They wish they could, I don't know, move forward somehow, but it's difficult. I'm seeing Hong Kong, or I'm hearing Hong Kong. Something about travel here keeps coming up. This person, they could travel if they're not like from Hong Kong, because for some of you I'm getting that they could be, but others of you, they could travel there, or there's like a feeling to where they're always traveling to some international destination for what seems to be like for purposes of spiritual growth, maybe of learning new cultures. They want you to know as well that if this is like a new connection, or just someone that this is how they thought of in the past, they had their heart kind of closed off before meeting you. And then when they met you, or when they think about back to you and meeting you, you kind of were somebody that was the exception. You know, it's like you were the only exception. Or it's that song, Only You, I think it's called, by Heartless Bastards. Or Only For You, I think it's called. There's something about you which is like the exception, or you're exceptional, or you're the only one that could crack their heart open. Something like that keeps coming through. Yeah, and that's the basis of kind of where they get frustrated about, because something happened there, and they keep circling back to almost a bit of an avoidant emotion too, of like, if especially if it was their fault, or if they're guilty of something, they almost like, it feels painful to go there because they remember how they weren't able to give more, or, you know, things fell apart. Group 1, what does this person want to say to you right now? The person on your heart and mind. Yeah, they think a lot about calling you, okay? Especially if you have been in no contact. They think a lot about calling you, and they may have lost your phone number for some of you, especially if this is like a lost love, because for a few of you watching, this may have been like a very brief encounter. You may have not even had their contact information, just for some of you, and they think about how they can find you again, or how they can like get back into contact with you. But if it is someone that you still have their contact info, it's just that they may just feel somehow like it's not a good idea, or they're questioning it, or they may have even maybe lost your contact info, because I'm just seeing someone flustered over typing in the numbers to call. So they maybe don't have your contact info, or just the way Spirit's showing it to me, that they feel kind of flustered about that idea. I'm seeing a lion, so they could have Leo in their chart maybe for some. I'm hearing the song The Scientist by Coldplay. Take me back to the start. Yeah, this person, for some, they could be in another relationship, or they could just be participating in something else that is, again, kind of false, it looks like, or it's just not, it just doesn't, it's almost giving the impression of someone like at a dinner party or something, or at a meeting, or maybe even on a date or with their partner. And it's like they're sitting there and drinking the wine and laughing and smiling, but they actually are not happy inside. They're doing it just so other people can see them to be happy. So they might just not be doing well. Okay. And I am hearing too that they want you to know that they didn't realize this before. So for those groups of you where this is like a past person or someone you've had history with, they didn't really realize this before. It wasn't until recently that they started to realize these things about you and the connection. So they may have had to go through like a lot of spiritual lessons to get to this point of realizing who you are to them, where their mistakes were made, whether it's too late or not, I don't know, but it feels like that's something that they are definitely realizing. And now they're taking me back to the first message, or one of the first that I said about making improvements. They're trying to make improvements right now in their life, and it could be to reconnect with you, or to improve your relationship or your friendship if you're already in contact. But it just seems like they're trying to make small steps forward here in the right direction. Okay, so any final message here for group one? What does your person want to say to you? Well, I'm hearing the last thing they want to say is that they've thought about you most recently. They may have seen something that reminded them of you recently. They may have smelled your perfume, something to where it was almost like a whiff I'm getting, or like a moment that they thought of you and something reminded them, or a song maybe. And so if this is like a no contact, they have thought about you in the last, very, 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 not frequently, not soon. What's the word I'm looking for? Very, I don't know why I can't think of this word. Recently, very recently. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for you, group number one. I hope that this reading could connect with you. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. I'd appreciate it. And I will talk to you all next time. Take care and lots of love. Hello, group number two. If you chose the red rose, let's go ahead and see what we have come up here for you. So go ahead and think about your person while looking at the rose, the person that you have on your heart, the one in your mind, in your heart. So think about them and let's see what comes up here. So Spirit, tune me in, please, to the person that the viewer is thinking about, the person that the viewer has on their heart, in their heart. So tap me into their person's energy, and what do they want the viewer to know right now? So what is their message to you? What is their message to you right now? So allow me to channel this here. What is this person's message to you? So the first thing I'm sensing as I opened up into the energy, I'm feeling a very cold feeling here, like almost like being put in a blizzard. So I feel like this is definitely a feeling of a bit of avoidance. I do feel like this person may have been trying to avoid how they feel about you, maybe even avoiding their feelings in general. There's a lot of confusion here. I'm seeing a bunch of question marks. You know how like some people, like they'll text you just question marks. I don't know if somebody did that, but I'm just seeing that. So maybe there's a confusion here about either what was recently talked about for some of you, or just in general, there's confusion here. There's a very much of a stop and go feeling. I think this person would want you to know that they are under a lot of pressure right now, okay? So they want you to know that they're going through a lot of pressure in their life. They may be feeling faced with challenges or difficulties. They also might be, I am hearing, in the middle of a karmic lesson. So for group number 2, this actually feels like someone who wants you to know that they're very wrapped up right now in some kind of responsibility, or they just feel like they're very pressured at the moment. If you're still in contact with this person, they may want you to know that they just don't know like how to navigate this right now with you. They're having a difficult time finding enough clarity like within themselves to bring to you and the connection. I feel like I just keep getting a lot of changeable energy. Like they're showing me different things that are rearranging. Somebody, going to different locations and then different furniture and then different styles. So there's a lot of changeable energy here with this. So they want you to know that I'm seeing a D name for somebody. They're having a really hard time raising their vibration though. I will say that's what they want you to know. So I don't know who this is to you, but they are having a difficult time getting to the point where you are at. They also want you to know that they really admire you, even because I'm getting it could be like from a higher self level. They really do admire you and maybe your spiritual growth, maybe what you stand for, but they are lagging a little bit and they feel like they just want to like let you know that they are struggling. And they, for some reason, there's some kind of barrier here when it comes to communication. Like I'm seeing somebody with a blank sheet of paper, but it's almost like they're writing you in a language that you don't understand. So there could be a language barrier, but I do feel from the energy I'm getting, it's mainly like a metaphor for something off here with the vibrational exchange between you both, or they're struggling again to get to that point with you. This person feels like somebody, they want you to know as well that again, they've been going through some difficulties, and it's almost like someone who's not, it's like they're doing either the same things over and over again that land them into trouble, or they're avoiding the same topics over and over. And so it's like we're trying to make those improvements, but they keep getting run over by the same truck. This person does want you to know as well that if you have been in no contact, the reason they have not contacted you is because they're almost like embarrassed to face you, or they feel like it's very difficult for them to face you head on, or not head on, but like to face you, straightforward, because they feel like all of these things that we've said, they have I feel like they're a very prideful person. They do care a lot about what people think about them, including you. And so they're almost like approaching this from more of a logical perspective right now, and they need to get out of their own ego here. But what I'm getting as I'm getting deeper into the energy too, they want you to know that it's like if they were to go deeper into their own heart, which they have been avoiding, they would find that what they're kind of missing is you, or what, like the part of them that they've been seeking is you. But it's almost like this rose, we have to kind of go through all of the layers first to get to the center, and like they're only here right now. So they're trying to like hop all the way through these things, which are taking many challenges, many lessons. They want you to know as well that they may have projected onto you. So again, this could be like their higher self taking responsibility for this. They want you to know, especially if they acted in ways that were either quite immature or even a bit offensive to you, they do want you to know that it's coming from a wounded space within themselves, especially like a wounded masculine energy I'm getting. I'm getting a lot of solar plexus, maybe self-esteem issues, and they projected that onto you unfairly. And they do want to kind of take responsibility or accountability for that right now to let you know that. I feel like this person is in need of a detox, I'm hearing, or they want you to know as well that if they were to, it's almost like I said, they're not quite there, but they could be either on the brink of it, or this is like a future energy to where they are going to be spending some time alone, or they know that they need to, or they just want you to know that they need to spend some time alone here, especially to deeply reflect on their emotions, which again, they've been kind of avoiding. There's a specific movie, I don't know which movie it is, but a specific movie that they think about you in reference to. They may have seen this movie recently. I don't know. They think about you with a certain movie. So if you know that you have like a movie together, they may have watched that recently. They also want you to know a lot about their personal life is coming up. It seems like they want you to know this because maybe could give you clarity. They've been planting a lot of seeds in their life in different areas, work, maybe relationships, family, self-improvement. But it's like they're waiting for the flowers, to bloom from those things, but they haven't. So, or maybe it's just like very delayed. So they could have invested in the wrong space, like they planted a seed in the wrong environment. And so they're waiting for like their fruits to show, but they're struggling right now. They haven't seen those kinds of results. What does this person want you to know? Group number 2. Yeah, they want you to know that they're hurting. Okay, it just keeps coming up. They're hurting, or they hurt a lot, like when you were involved and they didn't maybe show that, they didn't show you how much they were hurting within, which again, they sort of projected their pain onto you. They also want you to know that they're going through a tower moment, or that they will shortly be going through like a tower moment where a lot of things that, again, they've planted those seeds for, even though they haven't really grown, it's like the tides are coming in. It's going to wash it all away anyway. So it was never meant to be. There's something to where they know that they're about to go through a tower moment, or they already have. And it's like at that point, they're going to have to reevaluate their life choices. And it's like this, they have you in their heart, but it's so deeply down. We have to like exfoliate everything first to even get to you. So that could be where, when we distract, I think that they want you to know that they've distracted themselves a lot when it comes to you. They've, again, planted these seeds elsewhere. They've prioritized other things, and they haven't like forgotten about you, but it is very deep down. They want you to know as well that they're not certain about the future. Again, especially when it comes to you, I'm being shown like a hand of cards. And again, I'm seeing those question marks. So there's a lot of gambling here. There's a lot of uncertainty. If this is someone that you're like maybe, hoping to hear from, or you're in contact with, or not, or in no contact with, or even if you're dating and you don't know where things are going, I think they want you to know that they also don't know. Like they don't have a clear answer for you. There's not a yes, there's not a no either. It's just kind of something where, I don't know how to put it. There's just many doors that are opening and closing all at the same time. So it's very much up in the air. It's very scattered for this person. So they don't really have a whole lot of clear direction. But I keep getting this like uncomfortable feeling of an emotion that I can't, like, it's almost like the emotion is all the way back here. And it's like, it's a sad emotion, but to open that door would be maybe very difficult because all of the emotions could flood in. And I think that they've been avoiding that from happening. So it's something where basically they just want you to know that they haven't processed kind of what you mean to them, or they haven't been able to process fully their feelings for you, and they've stuffed it away, but one day it'll probably come up, or they're going to have to face it one day. This person could watch you on social media, or they're sitting back and observing you, even from just their mind. They want you to know that, again, it's like they almost don't want to admit that they still think about you. I think that's what it is too. They don't want to admit that they do still think about you. And they are maybe finding ways to see what you're doing, what you're up to. They always felt, if this is like a past person, they always felt like you were too good for them. If this is someone that you are still in contact with, they're having a hard time, again, getting to the level that you are at. And they probably don't like openly admit this, I would think. It's something kind of based on what I'm getting with their energy. I think that this person has sort of blended into their environment. They may have become like everybody else. There's something about a meeting between you both happening one day down the line, so they may think about that. If it has been a while or no contact for a while, they either know that this is going to happen or they just think about that. They think about the day where the two of you will collide again, or they wonder in their mind again. It's like a gamble, though. It's like something to where, is it really going to happen? Am I ever going to see them again? Do I have the capability to see them again? There's just something like that to where they go back and forth in their mind about that, but they seem to be kind of certain that somehow or another that you will see each other again one day. Somebody here could work at a restaurant. I'm getting a bar or a restaurant. For somebody, for like one person, you may work at a bar or a restaurant that they, maybe like a different town, and they're going to walk in one day, like probably a while from now. That's just for somebody. Or you know that they kind of go to the same bar that you work at, and they may think about coming in there. Or something about like being in the same town at some point in the future for somebody. This person does feel like you're very attractive. They do think back to any sensual moments that you may have had together, or they think a lot about what it would be like if you haven't been together to be with you intimately. I'm hearing the movie Sleepless in Seattle. I don't really know the storyline of it, but that movie could mean something, or maybe Seattle means something for you. Because I just mentioned about the restaurant, so there's maybe something about somebody works in Seattle or someone travels back and forth there just for somebody. That could be the movie. I think I mentioned a movie earlier. Maybe it reminds them of you, or I really don't know anything about the storyline of that. What did they want to say to you, pal 2? Yeah, I think this person just kind of going back again to, they keep wanting to talk about their personal life and how things are not going so well. This person could also struggle financially, and they want you to know as well that they've been having to focus on their finances. If they pulled back, or if they haven't been like someone that you were needing in your life, they want you to know a lot of that had to do with their finances. I have no idea why I'm saying cinnamon toast crunch. I think it is cinnamon toast crunch. I don't eat cereal, but I think that's a cereal. So I don't know. That could be an inside joke for somebody. They could eat that. Yeah. It's almost like I'm seeing someone on an island, like a stranded island, and they're calling out, but they're only getting an echo back. I think this person may have a bit of like a victim mentality. They may feel like their life circumstances have sort of, I'm hearing, to no avail. So they may feel like, they've tried things, but to no avail. Things have not worked. it's like they're kind of tense. This person's very tense. Like I'm seeing someone grinding their teeth. Like there's something that they feel like they're suppressing. And I do feel like part of it is about you. Part of it maybe is like to no avail. Maybe there's something about you that they just, I don't know exactly what it is. Again, they're kind of difficult to open up fully. I think that in time they will again get closer to maybe like understanding who you are to them or what you mean to them. But as of right now, they're kind of cloaking it. This person could wear a jean jacket a lot. Okay, any final messages here? What does this person want to say to you? What is their message for you? There's something about a desire to have fun or to have a good time. I'm seeing someone go on like a roller coaster, and now I'm suddenly getting this very uplifting energy. What's that about? It's almost, again, a bit of an avoidance. This person could be doing things to avoid their pain. Yeah. It's almost like there's a deep regret here, but their final message is completely masking that, which is why I'm getting that they do have trouble avoiding or to confronting their emotions. I'm seeing someone playing chess, so they could be very logical. They could be trying to strategize things. I don't know. This person's very all over the place. Again, there's a feeling of like something they want to happen with you both, but there's a like a question mark around it. There's a gamble around it. There's a strategizing around this right now. And they know that they have to take responsibility and accountability for something. So they're spinning in circles with that still. You know, it keeps saying the same message here. And yeah, and the last thing I'll say here is if this person is coming towards you anytime soon, I would just listen to your intuition on it, but I almost kind of feel like they could be, I'm hearing like cutting corners, like not doing the inner work here. So they might be looking for like a good time or just something to where you'll have to sort of go deeper into what their true intentions are, because it's going to depend for everybody. But there is something about that to where like they are very hot and cold. I'm hearing like they're going to be hot and cold, or they're still hot and cold with you right now. And that's how they're still going to be. Okay, so I will leave it here, group number 2. I really hope this reading could help. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. I'd really appreciate it. And I will talk to you all next time. Take care and lots of love. Hello, group number 3. If you chose the white rose, let's go ahead and see what comes up here for you. So go ahead and think about your person as you look into this rose. And let's tap in here to their energy. So what is it that your person wants to say to you? What is their message for you? So Spirit, allow me to tune in here to anybody who is watching this reading. What does the person that the viewer is thinking of, the person that the viewer has in their heart, on their mind, allow me to channel into their person and what is their message here for the viewer. So allow me to tap in. What is their message for the viewer? Right away, I'm hearing a song. I think it's called oceans or oceans apart. I don't know who sings it, but it's something along the lines of, hold on, let me think. You can put an ocean in between our love, but nothing can keep us apart. Something like that. I probably will remember it because, yeah, I'll remember it and put it down below. But let's see, what is the message here from your person, group number 3? So this is definitely someone who I feel is feeling very emotional. And obviously that song is called Ocean, and it does talk about two people who can't be kept apart. So they are feeling very emotional, especially if this is like a no contact or a separation. I feel like there's a lot of actually growth here, which I'm hearing Spirit say this could even be between you and them. Like you may have been going through a lot of spiritual growth within yourself, and so have they. And I feel like there is actually going to be a twist of fate. They want you to know that there's going to be something which will happen here between you both, which is going to be kind of unexpected. It is going to be a twist of fate. And for a few of you watching this, you know, with that song reference as well, they may have had certain circumstances or situations which the two of you were not like allowed to be together, or there were just a lot of troubles or distance or whatever it could be. It could even be an ocean separating you. But they want you to know that there's something that they're working towards with the help of the universe. Like this is not just them, this is also Spirit here too, helping the two of you to get closer together. Yeah, this is definitely for this pile. This person wants you to know that they really choose you. They've chosen you. They choose you. There is a separation happening from something else, or there's a separation from, again, whatever obstacle kept you both apart. They are working on, or they may have already done so, to separate themselves from that. This person wants you to know something about the topic of loyalty here. Again, I feel like their loyalty is with you. If there was a question about that, or if you wondered about that, definitely their loyalty is with you. And it feels like they have been feeling kind of nervous here. And the reason this is coming up is because I feel like something is going to be happening very soon, or they want you to know that there's a preparation taking place, and they might feel like a combination of giddiness, nervousness. So I don't know who this is to you, but that's how this person feels. You know, they feel like there's a sense of sort of them wanting to take flight with this connection. I'm hearing them wanting to further the connection, or to reintroduce kind of the connection is something coming through. This person also wants you to know that whatever, again, that obstacle was, they keep wanting to reiterate this, that they've burned the bridge with that. So I don't know what that was, or possibly even if there was something that they did in terms of like a behavior, they feel like they've been able to burn and release that. They've been able to kind of put it behind them, and they do feel a bit of guilt or shame here. And the reason is, for some of you, this is not going to be for everyone, but if they went down a different path, or if they kind of like got involved with something else, it's almost like something to where they have been able to swallow their pride here, or they're about to step forward to you, but it's going to be a little bit like embarrassing for them, or they feel kind of like it's something which takes a lot of courage to admit that they were wrong, or that they chose wrong. That is something which won't be for everyone, but that's something coming through here for somebody that they want you to know. I'm hearing they want you to know as well that I'm hearing this is difficult to navigate. So there's something difficult to navigate right now with you both. And they just feel such a draw to you, though. There's something that you emanate, they want you to know. There's something very magical, soft, vulnerable, loving, but yet powerful that they feel like you emanate from you. And they feel like it's something that they want more of. Like they really want to experience more of you. They want to be around you. So whether this is something new, they haven't been able to stop thinking about you, or if this is a past person, it's like they just, I don't know, with the white flower here, there's something about how there's been like a rebirth in their viewpoint of you, okay, if this is like a past person. I'm hearing the joke is on me. So yeah, this out of the 3 roses, this one's very talkative, and there's a lot of information coming up, which is usually because there's more of like a, you know, connection, but also more of a spiritual connection maybe. So they feel like whatever this is, the main thing they want to keep saying is that they messed up with something and that the joke is on them. They realize that, they know that. And I'm hearing that they also want you to know that they've been kind of clumsy is the word they're using. I don't know, they've been kind of clumsy, or that they've fumbled this connection. Yeah, this person has such a soft spot for you. I'm hearing soft spot. They want you to know that. If anything, they just have such a soft spot for you. And they think about you a lot. This person thinks about you. I don't know if this person goes through like a drive-through every morning or something, but I'm just seeing someone go through a drive-through, like a food drive-through. And they think about you then. They think about you when they go to the store. They think about you. They just think about you a lot. This person actually could be giving you a gift on Valentine's Day for some of you. If you're like already in contact or you have been anticipating that, they definitely could be giving you a gift for Valentine's Day. Or if they don't, they would think about it a lot. They're going to think about it a lot. Yeah, this is for somebody who's very nostalgic. Even I'm hearing not even just about you. Like, I'm not saying that they're sitting there and thinking about all of their exes, but it's something to where they're like sentimental, or they think back to sort of, it could even be family members. It could be, if they're like older, they may think about like their children, grandchildren, something like that, or just, I don't know, just kind of reflecting on life, I feel, or that's the spot that they've been in most recently. What does this person want you to know, group number 3? Yeah, they want to spend more time with you. This person wants to be closer to you. They want to spend time with you. They want to spend quality time with you. They also want they want to thank you for something that you've done. And you may have, because this will obviously depend on what it is for you. Maybe you did something nice for them most recently. Maybe it's something specific, or you just kind of opened their eyes to something. Maybe you taught them something new. Maybe it's about spirituality. For some of you, I'm getting, or maybe it's just about, I don't know, happiness, joy, life, or you could have actually given them some kind of gift. But for most of you, it's more of like an emotion here that they feel that you've sort of shown them or taught them. And they really feel very thankful for that. They feel thankful for you. This is a very like grateful person. They just feel grateful for you. It's a very positive minded person. It's somebody who, yeah, if you chose this pile, there's just like, I keep hearing there's nothing to worry about. So there's nothing to worry about. I don't know if, you know, if you're in a really difficult, toxic relationship, or if it's something to where things are just not going well at all, it's probably not your message. This is maybe it's just there's somebody stronger coming up in this reading. But for most of you, you would feel this because you can also feel the love, and you can also feel like this person is genuinely likes or loves you. This person could be, I'm hearing, softball coach for somebody, softball or baseball coach, just for somebody. And if there was something that they feel regretful about, I think I already mentioned that, they really actually, like, it's on the tip of their tongue here. They want to either write you a message of an apology, or they want to, I'm getting a lot of like meeting up in person though. So they may ask you out, or there could be a feeling of let's get together and talk about this, because they really want to, like, they've gone through some kind of rebirth again, and they want to share this with you, or they want to show you how much they do care. Okay. I'm hearing this person thinks about you again in the car. I'm getting a lot. Drive through, when listening to music, there could be a certain song that they listen to, or even just multiple songs, and they think about you when driving in the car, listening to music. Yeah, I'm hearing we may have taken the long way home. I think that's a song. I just don't know what it is, but we may have taken the long way home, but here we are. If that's a song and somebody knows, let me know, because I think it might be. For somebody specific too, I think I mentioned too, there's a twist in the fate or something. There could be like a vacation that you've already planned. That's just for somebody, or they will, or this is like picking up on a prediction in the future sometime. It looks like a beach front place somewhere to where you both can have like a romantic holiday together. They may think about that upcoming trip, or they may be planning that in a way that you don't know. Okay. Or again, it just could be happening later, maybe even a year from now or something. It may not be right now, but that's something coming through. Somebody could live on a farm here, or tend to, you know, horses, cows, goats. I'm getting that. What does this person want you to know? Group number 3. They want you to know that they were reckless in the past. This person actually may have, for a few of you, like actually done reckless things, like maybe it was involving the law, or if not, they were kind of out of control, sort of. And they want you to know that they've really changed. They're not like that anymore. Something changed within them. For a few of you, they could have even have had like a very difficult situation. It could have been like a near-death experience. It could have been a health condition, something, or like a loss of someone around them. Something shook them up, and it made them realize what's really important in life. And this is obviously how they feel about you is a big part of it. I keep getting something about school. So this person could be I'm getting PE teacher now, or somebody works at, like, I'm getting a middle school or a high school. Or you may have met back then, just for some of you. And also, this is specific, not for everyone. They may have married somebody else, okay? And that's obviously part of what their regret is about, because they probably are no longer invested in that, because it feels like this with you feels much more on the brink of being very, very much now. So this may have been like something that happened a while ago, or they have already gotten the divorce, they've already ended that. Okay. If this person is still married to somebody else, and again, you know that they genuinely love you and it's something like that, they could be about to end that. But I think for most of you, they've already done that. Yeah, this person has a surprise up their sleeve, I'm hearing. It's like I don't know why it's coming up this way, but like you may not know some of this, and they almost like don't want to reveal too much because they have something really surprising to give you, which could be in the form of an actual gift, but it also might just be them, you know, or something about your connection that they want to surprise you with. I'm hearing going all out. Yeah, so if you chose this pile, this is a very beautiful reading, actually. There's a lot of good things coming if you truly resonate with this. Yeah, they want you to know as well that they never stop thinking about you. If this is like a person that you were separated from for a while, they never stop thinking about you. And it's like they've always admired you. For a long time, they've admired you. They never didn't admire you. It's something to where they always did. Yeah, I'm hearing back on course, back on track. So something definitely happened here. There was some kind of derailing. Something happened, you separated, they messed up, they may have had like a reckless phase of their life. Something happened, and they want you to know that they've changed from that. They're back on course, back on track. This may have even just been something brief that happened, the other week for somebody. If you're in contact, and they have every intention of making this right, they have every intention of staying with you. This person could go camping. I'm seeing, again, some kind of trip coming up. Now I'm seeing a camping trip. So maybe you're going to go to a lot of places with this person, traveling, camping, a beach, something to where they're planning things, or that's just the future glimpse into what you both are going to be up to together. This is I'm hearing they want you to know as well that they, at least from a higher self level, they're aware that this is a very ancient, unconditional loving connection, a very spiritual connection. They seem to be aware of it. And again, if they weren't really aware of it before, they've had more of an understanding of that. Even if they are not like somebody who's able to put a label on twin flame connection or a soulmate connection, they definitely are aware that you are somebody who's very significant to them. Or upon meeting you, there's been such a strong connection between you both. Again, I'm getting this person may have been through something recently. I'm seeing maybe they went through either like an illness or disease, or they just went through like a huge purging. I don't know what exactly triggered that, but they may have been through like a big change of their life, which is what led again to these changes, to these realizations. Okay, or for some of you too, if this is like a new person, fairly recent, like next, or not next, last few months to like 6 months, I would say, upon meeting you, their life may have changed dramatically. Like, and maybe for you too, something to where you both, like, meeting each other was such a powerful exchange that it just changed everything for you both. I'm also seeing a firefighter here. Okay, so any final message here for group number 3 before we go? Any final message for group 3 that they want you to know? Yeah, they want you to know it's your time. It's your time together. The rocket's about to take off. Yeah, you'll have to let me know, Pile 3, if this resonates with you and if you've already seen this, because if not, it's about to happen very soon if you feel like this connects with you, because that's what they want you to know. Something is about to take off very, very soon. And lastly, I'm getting something about making room. They want you to know they're making room. And for a few of you, there could even be location travel here, or like moving. I'm hearing Pennsylvania for somebody, maybe moving to a new location, or like a bigger, I don't know, bigger location to be together, or whatever that's going to mean for you. But there is something about change. And they're actually showing me now, this could just be, this is like an analogy, I don't know exactly what it is, but they're showing me somebody like at a Las Vegas pool party and just, again, being kind of like reckless, to some level, and then suddenly they're like on a farm, in Pennsylvania or something, and all settled down. So I don't know what that means for you. Maybe they've completely changed their mind. Maybe they've just changed from who they were in the past, but there's something, there's almost like two separate, there's something where there's a big change from one reality to the next, and this is about something pure and deep and loving here, okay? So I will leave it here, group number 3. I really hope this reading could help. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. I'd really appreciate it, and I will talk to you all next time. Have a great Valentine's Day, and take care. Lots of love.